What do you make of the latest news that DOGE and Trump are intensifying these federal layoffs? They don't show any signs of slowing down. And now that they might be shaking up a federal IT office, is this concerning, or is this just cracking down on what they need to do, get rid of government waste?
I need a lot more information to give you a factual answer on that. But the fact of the matter is that the president is in charge of the executive branch, his broad discretion given by the Constitution, and he is charged with faithfully enforcing the laws. And if there is waste, fraud, and abuse, there are laws against that. It's his job and his responsibility to get it out.
All right. Well, you say programs like Medicare and Medicaid. I've been reading some of the things that you've shared your thoughts on. You think they've been plagued by years of fraud and abuse. And I've heard reports about people being 150 years old and getting a government check. What kind of problems exist with these programs?
So according to data from the Biden administration, in 2021, Medicare had $50 billion in improper payments, or about 7% of all the program outlays. You were talking last segment, a couple segments back, about 10 billion, 20 billion. This is 50 billion just from this one program. Medicaid in that year had $99 billion in improper payments, or 23% of the program's outlays. In no sphere of your personal life or any private business would that be acceptable. And people have just come to tolerate it in the federal government. And Musk and Trump are saying, this is the end. We can't have this. This is taxpayers' money. We have a responsibility to spend it wisely and properly.
Look, many Americans say the horse has bolted, this deficit is out of control. We've got both Republicans and Democrats believing reform is needed. But here's what Democratic Congressman Dan Goldman of New York had to say about Elon Musk. Listen.
I have no idea what Elon Musk is doing. You have no idea. The president doesn't know what Elon Musk is doing. All we know is what he tells us. And how can you determine in the span of hours that something is waste, fraud, and abuse? That requires follow-up. There's no accountability.
What do you think? Is Elon Musk, is he acting too quickly? Is he the right person for this job?
First of all, the idea that he's not being transparent is absurd. He is on X all day long, posting thing after thing after thing about what they're doing with DOGE. They set up a website to basically put all of those posts on the website so people can see what's going. Is it moving too quickly? I don't know. I'm just not that familiar with the intricacies of the federal bureaucracy and how fast it goes. But some of it, on its face, does seem ridiculous. And of course, the president, like I said, has this wide latitude, especially when it comes to international affairs. You know, in 1936, the Supreme Court ruled 7-1 in the case of United States v. Curtis Wright that the president is the sole organ of the federal government in international affairs. And he has broad latitude to do what he thinks is best. So if he thinks a trans opera in Siberia, wherever it was, is not a good use of taxpayer money, he has the constitutional authority to say, no, I'm not wasting our money on this.
Right, but his critics are saying, you know, that he's just going too quickly, that he's taking an axe instead of a scalpel, and why not, you know, if there are some programs that are working and working well, why go ahead and dismantle them and have to start sort of at the ground up with some of these areas?
He's not really dismantling it. If you listen to Marco Rubio's statements about what happened at USAID, they went in there and tried to say, hey, listen, we're going to vet, we want transparency. We're going to vet all these things according to the president's executive orders. And he said they were in open rebellion. They were not transparent. And the Constitution doesn't give these bureaucrats the authority to do that. So Rubio and Musk said, hey, we're going to shut you down temporarily until we can wrap our head around what's going on here. But they're not dismantling it. In fact, I shouldn't say that. They may merge USAID into the State Department, but all the functions will be the same, except it will be more accountable.
One of the attacks from the left has been that he's got these young kids doing this. These guys they're 23, they're 25 years old. Do you think that's a good attack line or a bad attack line politically?
I don't know about if it's a good or bad attack line, but the fact of the matter is many young people are excellent with IT. AI. And as long as they're skilled in their jobs and they're honest and they're doing what's required of them, I don't see how age matters. It's a matter of a competence. It's not a matter of your age.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your opinions. President and co-founder of Just Facts, James Agresti. Appreciate your time.
Anna, thank you.
Yep.